How's it going, everybody? This is Double Wide 6, and today I'm going to be bringing you a couple videos here on how to fix up a snowblower. I just picked this thing up. It's a Murray Ultra 5 horsepower 22 inch, and looks to be in nice shape. Doesn't run right now. It has some sort of carburetor issue from what the previous owner told me. And looking at it, we have a broken pull start. So today that's what we're going to be working on, is repairing the pull start. It has a 5 horsepower Tecumseh Snow King engine. So here's the problem. If you pull the rope, the starter handle, it'll retract a little bit, but it's still sticking out about almost 2 feet. And you know, it's just not retracting, so we're going to take a look at that right now. So if we take a close look at this pull start, you'll notice that on the handle, the previous owner actually tied a knot here because I guess it wasn't retracting all the way, and that's really not the way to fix it. You need to get in there and adjust the spring or replace the spring. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove this knot because it shouldn't be there. So I'm just going to untie that using some pliers. Alright, so I fixed up the handle. The next thing that we need to do is we're going to remove the starter. And basically there are some 1/4 inch hex bolts that need to be removed. This one I see 2. Usually there's 3 or 4. But we're going to remove these, and that should allow us to get the starter off. So the screws are loosened up. I should be able to reach in here and remove the starter. So you can see it's nice and loose, and you'll notice that there's several mounting holes. So probably what I'm going to do is add an extra screw or 2 to this, because there were only 2 holding the starter on. So I moved the starter over to the bench so that we could take a look at it. And basically when the rope is pulled out on the starter, the spring recoils and it goes back to about right here, and we have all this extra string still hanging on there. So what we're going to do is tighten up that spring. Here's what I'm going to do to try and fix this recoil. First of all, I'm going to pull the string all the way out. So we're pulling it out, and I'm kind of holding it with my thumb there. I just want to get it all the way out like that, and then I'm going to take a screwdriver and I'm going to wedge it in here just to kind of hold it in place. The next thing that I'm going to do is I have my drill set up with a burring bit. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to run it right in here. We're going to cut a little dimple in this starter. I don't know if you could see that, but I cut a little dimple there, and that dimple is actually going to hold our rope. So we're going to take the rope, we're going to pull it up here like this, and we're going to put the rope in the dimple. And what we're going to do is we're going to tighten up our spring. So we're taking the rope all the way around here. That's one turn. Now we're going to try and go another turn. Hopefully the spring has enough tension on it, or space, to wind around a second time, because I believe this particular starter is going to take at least 2 turns to suck up the slack in there. So that's the second time around. Now what I'm going to try and do is release the rope back through, sort of like that, and we're going to slowly allow this thing to wind up, and hopefully it goes all the way in. So there you can see it looks real good. It's holding, it's nice and tight, and things should be good. So that's basically how you fix your recoil starter. The only other thing I'm going to do is oil it up a little bit. So with snow blowers and stuff, there's always rust. Luckily this one looks like it was stored indoors, but I'm just going to put a shot or two of penetrating oil in here by these dogs, and that should get in there to those springs, and I'm just going to work it in a little bit, and that should help to keep the starter working well for us. Now all we have to do is reinstall it. So I've taken the time to reattach the starter to the snowblower, and everything went on well. I added 2 more extra bolts, so now it has 4 holding it on there. Usually there's a lot of pressure on the starter, and that's a lot of times why the ropes break and the springs go bad, and they can also come loose. So if you have a bolt or 2 that falls out, you want to make sure that you get new ones in there to help support it. So I'll show you how it works. Just got to zoom out a little bit, and we'll show you that it works. Unfortunately, the snowblower doesn't work yet. You can see it recoils real nice, right back in the way it should. So I'm double wide 6. I hope you enjoyed this repair. The next repair that I'll be working on will be the carburetor for this snowblower. I'm going to film that as well, so you can check out my channel, and you should be able to see that video there pretty soon. Thanks for watching. See ya.